Hello everybody and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the next episode of our Myth and Mythios campaign. This is a campaign that is set in a high fantasy version of ancient Greece. My name is Josh and I use he, him pronouns and I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am joined by two absolutely lovely people who are going to introduce themselves now. Starting with Tom.
Hello everyone, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character Elpinor, the Forgotten. He is a bard, literally. He has a lyre at his side, he knows some swear words, and when he casts magic he speaks with the voice of the gods, which only causes a little bit of physical damage to him, you know. Does it as a singer? It's not great to tear up your vocal cords speaking an unknown and literally godly language. But yeah, no, he's having a great time. You know, just cursed boots and everything. You know,
maybe cursed boots.
Maybe cursed boots. Maybe you can wash it in a river and then just be like, well, that fish has suddenly inverted itself, and it's fine. It's just great. It's great to be out. It's nice to be out of the house, to be honest.
I need to note that down. That's a horrifying thing to put against you. Anyway, moving on to Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Fig. Just Fig, no honorific. Yet. We'll find one. We'll figure it out. Fig also having a lovely, disgusting time rolling around in zombies. Yay! Less cursed. Maybe.
More blessed, actually, you know. Yeah.
It's been going all right.
Yeah.
We've survived.
Any battlefield you walk away from is a good one.
Right? Thanks, Athena.
Before we get into tonight's session, we have a sponsor to thank, which is Phoenix Dice. They sell some absolutely fantastic clickety-clack math rocks, which you can find at phoenixdice.com, including some limited edition Roll Together dice, which are currently being displayed by both Nat and Tom. You can find those at phoenixdice.com and use the code ROLLTOGETHER, all caps, for 25% off of your purchase. Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon and the Dice Heads. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one set of cursed boots, which must be sent to Tom and nobody else, by following the links in the description below. This is where this show airs, so please do consider joining and having a look. And I think with all of that, we are going to dive straight into the session. In our last session, we met both Fig and Ellie, who are two adventurers, heroes, mercenaries, mythios, who have been travelling around and doing various jobs in the town of Erithos. A particular job that they have taken on at the moment was to scour a battlefield where Athenians and Spartans had battled, to collect weapons and maybe some valuables. Valuables and weapons were collected, but the dead begun to rise, and both Fig and Ellie pegged it right out of there and bumped into their friend, steward,
Horseboy,
there we go, Theo, who took them to a clearing for them to wash down all of the leg juice and cursed boots that they had. We are going to jump back into the session. A couple of days have passed. In order for you to get to Erithos, you'd have to travel on the northern road from where the battlefield had taken place. I should say that the Undead did not give chase to you. They seemed to stop at the tree line. So that's why they are not overrunning you at the moment. But you need to travel north in order to get to Erithos. It was a 3-day travel to get down here. It was a 3-day travel to get back. And we are going to jump straight into it as you enter into the town itself. Now, Erithos is a fishing town, so it's on the edge of the sea. It's in a very small little bay area. You can see the city of Corfus is off in the distance, in the sort of mountains and all of that sort of stuff where it is. And Corfos, sorry, not Corfus spelling.
Not Corfu either.
Not Corfu.
Not Corfu.
No.
And This town is not walled. There's no walls around it. There is a large hill, and sitting on that hill is a villa, which is where the mayor lives, the leader of the town, Sponder, who is the person who gave you the job that you had. But first thing that you need to do when you enter into the town is you need to drop your horse and cart off at the stables. The stables is connected to the general store, which is ran by Karina, who is the general store owner / herbalist / general healer, and is consistently busy all of the time. And she's actually let you guys keep the horse and cart here for free for the odd job that you do for her every now and then. Every now and then she'll ask you to go get her some herbs and things to help her make her poultices and stuff when she's not able to go out and get them herself.
What a legend.
She's a legend. But yes, as you enter into the town, it's busy. There are lots of people walking around. There are This town is known for its fishing and wood carving, or woodcutters, should I say. So there are lots of people wearing that type of equipment and clothing walking around. There is a very strong smell of the sea and of fish, as often the distance down where the dock area is. It's a single dock that has two fishing boats on it. Every now and then, once a week, should I say, a supply ship sails in from Athens and docks there and brings supplies and takes things to sell to the city, and sort of does an exchange with Sponder's people, who then Sponder then pays the rest of the town for the stuff that they've done. That's going into too much detail on the world building side of things. We're focusing on you guys as characters.
As you know how this town works, we're like, yes,
Yeah.
we do,
We
but
do.
you don't.
What? Yes. Theo jumps off of... What was the name of the horse, I should ask?
Tom,
Calliope.
Calliope.
said with no guilt whatsoever.
No, it's a strong
Yeah,
female name for
Yeah.
a strong female horse.
yeah.
Theo
No
jumps
relation
down
to
off of the
anything.
cart.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm not
no
worried.
relation to a backstory that we've not explored yet at all.
You don't need to see my tattoos. I'm fine.
When the one thing
Has
that
Fig seen your tattoos? Sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
No, you're
yeah,
right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
I mean,
Just
we
need to
could
establish
talk
that.
about it because I've just had a wash. I have
true.
And the annual wash.
the
how
annual wash.
tattooed is Fig? Is the question. You've mentioned
Fig?
that it goes up. Not Fig. Sorry, Ellie. How tattooed is? It's because somebody said Fig beforehand, and then it just settled in my brain. How tattooed is Ellie? Because we've seen that it's on your forearm at least.
It
But-
so if we were flashing back to the end of the last episode, as Ellie submerges himself in the river to wash off the curse, having apologised to any local nymphs who might be, from his left there is a fork of a tongue as a snake runs its way down along his back, where it turns lovely into a lyre and then runs up the back, and the tail ends up at the right wrist. For the time, it's not usual for Grecian citizens to be tattooed, and the people phrase, as I say, they've been called barbaric, and part of the reason was they had tattoos. So sometimes it's just much easier to just hide the fact you've got a little snake showing off on your wrist. Fig is probably incredibly aware, and if asked when did you get that tattoo, Elpinor gets a look and goes, "Don't remember."
Great, fine. Seems fine.
Everything's fine. I'm
Yeah.
just a guy.
Yeah.
I'm just a man.
As you enter into the town and make your way towards the stables, Theo, who has been sort of guiding the cart, will jump down and begins unbuckling Calliope from the cart as it's in the stable area, and will lead her over to the bale of hay and the water and things for her to start eating. All right, I'm gonna sort the horse and cart out. Do you need any help with taking any of this stuff up to the villa or anything?
Don't.
We were able to carry them through the woods. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to leave, Theo, I'm going to leave this shield stashed under the blankets on the cart. Keep an eye on it, right? It's
Okay,
the
yeah, I can do
shield.
that. Yeah, I can definitely do that. That's fine. While you're up there,
Yes.
if I know Sponder sometimes let you have some of the food he has up there. If you're able to grab anything spare, could you grab me something? I'm a bit hungry. I've not eaten for a few days.
Why are you asking us as if we wouldn't?
You're part of the team.
I know, but I don't want to assume. I know I feel like I can be a bit of a burden on you sometimes. I know there's not a lot of money that comes in.
Hey.
Yep.
You look after Calliope, that's really important.
Okay.
And you rescued us in the woods. We had a long walk if you hadn't come along.
Okay. Thank you. It's I just don't like feeling like a burden towards the pair of you, but if I'm okay, I'll carry on doing.
He gets like a really weak punch on the shoulder.
Ow! He don't even need to roll an inside check on that. He definitely over-exaggerated that. Ow!
Theo is stronger than I am, for sure.
Theo is hench.
Wait, how tall is Theo?
Theo is probably, he's 15 years old, so I'm going off of modern day logic here. He's probably just over the average height of 5'5". You said.
The Mary Rose exhibit says the average man is 5'9". So
average man.
Yes, and Theo is a man.
He is a man now. He's a teenage boy.
He's a growing boy who's been eating his olives, and now look at him.
He's between 5'7" and 5'9".
Okay, so he's still shorter than Fig then, just about.
Yeah.
I think she's going to do that older sibling thing. Instead of punching on the shoulder, actually what it is she does the knuckle scrub on the head.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. And he's got, very much like I do at the moment, he's got very sort of black ringlet. I am saying it right, aren't I? Ringlet hair, but instead of it being just in the front like it is for me, it goes all the way around his hair. Mm-hmm. He's slightly darker of skin than the pair of you, not by much, but it looks like he's been out in the sun a lot longer than what the pair of you do. It might be something to do with the fact that he hasn't had anywhere inside to live. You're not sure, but and his clothing is sort of more rags with a belt and basic sandals. He's not really accepted anything off of either of you two.
We need to fix that. We need to get him. I mean,
I feel like surely there might, if we were grabbing stuff from the battlefield, there might have been a cloak that we could clean up.
Yeah.
You can say we can say that you grabbed a cloak and you've given that to him.
Also, I think he's wearing.
Is it red or blue?
Blue.
Blue. I also think he's now wearing my sandals because I decided to risk the cursed boots
You sure, Eddie? I know. You sure?
Hey, no, of course. You know, sort of, we're family and we take care of each other. And
you earned them.
It's probably not a good idea for me to wear a military-looking cloak, but I could ask Karina if we could make it into a toga.
Yeah, it's not military if you style it right. Get a couple of clips or something, and it'll be fine.
Okay, I'll see if Karina can help me with that. If she's not too busy, I'm going to go see if she needs any help as well. She did say to me before we left that when we come back, if I do a couple of jobs for her to help her out, that she'd pay me some drachmi. So I'll put that into the pot to help us pay for our stuff and all that. So
good lad.
Well done. We'll see you probably in a few hours then, and with food.
Let's see if we have a roof to sleep under tonight.
Praise the gods. Right, let's go.
You both grab the duffel bags off of the back of the cart, and Theo very tactfully hides the shield under some blankets that you would use to normally sleep under. Hides that. Is there anything else you want him to keep back, or are you just taking everything else up with you?
I think we're selling whatever we've got. Are we taking the Spartan brooch? Are we going to try and sell that?
In terms of super valuable things that you have on you, or things that you might consider super valuable, you've got the Lieutenant brooch or sigil, you've got the General's sigil, the Athenian General's sigil, and you've got the Griffin bangle.
Right.
If
and then all
take
the weapons
we may
and
as
stuff.
well.
Unless,
why do you think there's a reason we should keep it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's extra money, but again, I mean, these things did rise up the moment we took the Spartan sigil. We don't know why those creatures were there. Hopefully, it was bad time for us, and it's not part of it. But
Or I mean, we need to tell him about the undead anyway. Why don't you could put a little story on it, maybe a cursed Spartan sigil that might go for even more money.
it's a good point. So we are telling him. We're telling him that the dead rose. Will he believe? Well, it's also the question of did he know?
Well, they're close enough to the town. They're only 3 days away, and I mean, he's supposed to be the mayor, so he should know about it. And if he does know, then it'd be. If he knew about it already, I want to know.
That's fair.
And if he doesn't know about it, then he should know, so he has a chance to do something about it. And we'll tell Karina as well.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, we don't want to scare everyone else.
No.
Until
I'm worried that. I mean, this place isn't that well defended. If those things are, hopefully the woods held them off. But...
Well, that's the thing. It's not well defended, so people should know, right?
Yeah, no. And who else are you going to tell but the mayor? Yeah.
And it was a more dangerous job than he initially pitched to us, so maybe he'll pay us more.
Nodding. Still got the terror, but no. I think my stomach's outwearing my heart here and being we'll. So all
I'd
three.
Like to, as we're sorry, you finish.
I was just saying we're trying to sell all the 2 sigils and the bangle. Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. No sentimentality, and we did technically steal them. So
yeah. It's pretty, but I don't want to wear it.
No. Cursed.
Cursed. As we're walking, because it's daytime, I'm assuming there might be braziers around the town for general lighting in the evening.
Yeah, there's some braziers around.
I think Fig is going to grab a coal lump from one of the braziers, or a bit of wood, the charcoal from one of the braziers, and sort of do dark smears across the face to try and put on her sort of more mercenary costume look. And then just as she's doing it, just really casually, I was wondering maybe we could try Tisiphone the Undying.
Tisiphone the Undying. Tisiphone the Undying. Yeah, let's give it a go.
You think? Of course, I've got to not die for that to actually stick. But
well, I suppose it's true until it's not. The Unfallen, similar. Sort of.
The Unfallen, I like that. Yeah. Haven't yet.
Haven't. So... Things about falling off the cliff. No.
That wasn't a fall. I pushed you.
That's fair. So, do you want to be Undying or do you want to be Unfallen?
Unfallen. You worded it better.
Tisiphone the Unfallen. Yeah.
And she'll, as we get closer to Sponders, sort of try and gussy up a bit and start to walk a little bit taller, and no muscles to flex, but try and get that sort of rounding of the shoulders a little bit, and a bit more cocky in the walk.
You walk up the hill towards where the villa is for Sponders, and as you get to the top, you can see that there is a hulking brute of a man stood outside. This gentleman to be called Beau, and he is, or at least that's what Sponder calls him, and he is basically one of his personal guard, doorman, that stood there and is just watching as you approach, clocks the weapons that are on your back. Job finished?
Job
all
finished.
Done.
He turns to look at the door and puts his hand on the sort of doorknob sort of area and twists and pulls, because it's that sophisticated, and opens the door and looks in, and you hear a muffled voice from inside saying, yep, give me 5 minutes. Closes the door. He'll be ready to see you in 5 minutes.
Oh. All right then.
So, how's it been, Bo? Been busy?
Not really. Shipment's late from Athens. Supposed to come in 2 days, but we've had word that it's going to take a bit longer.
Why?
A storm in the sea or something. And some Spartan ships have been seen around as well, so the Athenian Navy has gone out to patrol the waters a bit more, so it's making shipments go through a little bit harder.
Is I've not checked which directions things are on the map, Josh. From where Erothos is, compared to this is Erothos and this is Athens. Is the beach that we were on like here? Is it this side?
The beach that you were on is more to the south of where Erothos is.
Away from Athens.
Away from Athens, yeah. But closer towards where Sparta is.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. 5 minutes pass.
Yeah, there's a lot of like...
Yeah, there's that awkward silence for about 5 minutes, and then...
Because we could hear the wait. It's not like we've been given the runaround. We were just like, yeah, someone said wait, and now we're waiting.
Yeah. The door opens, and Bo moves out of the way. You can enter now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bo. Lead on, boss.
Nods to the pair of you as you both enter. And as you walk in, I mean, you've been in Sponder's Villa a number of different times. It is a lavish chateau, as it were. It's so fancy, it's unbelievable. You think that you've been in most of the houses that are down in the town, and most of them are run down, and lots of people have their like keepsakes and things, but not much else. There are paintings, there are sort of goblets and not artifacts, but statuettes and things all around. It's really, really fancy, really, really pompous in here. And as you walk into the sort of larger living space area, you can see on one of those sort of sofas that don't have the backs to them, but have that big headrest where somebody would normally lay and be fed grapes sort of thing, is a rather portly gentleman with bald head, wrinkles all on his face to show his age. He's probably in his 50s. Looks like he's been out in the sun for far too long, and maybe even has had sort of a fake-ish tan put on him, as he's got a bit of an orange tinge to his skin. This is Sponder, and he is...
Has he been rubbing clay on himself or something to get a fake tan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even though you're like, oh, it's the best thing for your skin, you know?
He's been told all of these different skin treatments that he has to take, and what he doesn't realise is it's leaving a slightly orange tint to his skin.
He's already very sun-kissed and has then gone and rubbed clay on his face as well. Great.
Does he, again, this is probably too early, does he look like he was ever muscular, or does it look like he's had an entire life of like decadence and...
An entire life of decadence. His stomach sticks out quite a bit. He looks like he's consistently bloated in his stomach area. His toga is very tight around that area, and is, as a result, is slightly shorter in the leg department because the stomach sort of pulls it up a bit. So instead of it being just below the knees, it is sort of up halfway up the calf.
Buy a bigger toga, Sponder.
Oh, I'm spending my money on clay. You know?
I mean, he likes to think that he's a Slim Jim, but he's very much not. And
Right. He doesn't think, because you could imagine him being the sort of person like, oh, I would gladly go out and, in my heyday. Meanwhile, there's two beanpoles have walked in and just been like, yeah, we haven't had a good day. We haven't had a good meal in about a week.
It's the
Also, you say beanpoles.
Oh.
We are canonically both too tall.
Yes, yeah.
Just tower above. Hello, average citizen.
Hello, don't worry about us. We'll take this off a shelf.
It's a good. The one good thing about Sponder is
good.
that he's fully aware of his modesty, as it were, and he does wear undergarments under his toga. So when he's in a precarious seating position like he is currently, he's not fully on display.
Okay. That is a relief, to be fair.
I assume I'm wearing underwear. I hadn't thought about it, but I've got boots
Maybe not.
now. Yeah. Wearing my little tunic, like Link. Maybe I've got little tights on as well. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway,
As you both enter, he picks a grape up off of the sort of taller table that's next to him. He picks a grape up and eats it. Oh, hello there. Yes. My two favorite people, my two favorite mercenaries. How are you both doing? How was the job that I sent you on?
Well, there's one, not quite a battlefield's worth of an armoury there, but it's enough to be going by. We've got a couple of little trinkets as well.
Oh, excellent. Did you manage to pick up that general's sigil that I asked you for? Fantastic. That's going to fetch a pretty penny. Yes, and also the weapons. Obviously, I fully understand that you weren't not able to carry an awful lot back, but you brought some stuff back, so that's very good. Did you happen to find anything else?
we also, the general had died in honourable battle along with the Spartan, so we have...
Oh, a Spartan coin or sigil. Very interesting. Going to struggle to sell that in Athens, but I could put my finger in some of my old Spartan pies and see if I can get it sold that way. Good work. Right.
Well,
Fantastic.
You say you might struggle to sell it in Athens, but surely the property of a lauded lieutenant in the army who'd been defeated. Surely that's quite the trinket to lord over your enemies.
It's true. I reckon might take a bit of persuading, but I reckon one of the generals in Athens might be obliged to take a trophy from the battlefield. I'll see. I'll shop around and see if I can sell it.
When did
Good
you
idea.
catch wind of this opportunity, Sponder?
I want to say I received word that the battle had taken place probably 9 days ago, I want to say.
I'm just asking because it seems interesting that you sent us. Nat is
Rewind.
doing timeline maths, so it took us 3 days to get there and 3 days to get back. So he heard about it and sent us after 3 days.
So timeline does
Yes.
work, but it's very... The fact that... I assume we left... Did we leave in a hurry? Or, sort of like... Or again, was it kind of like... Again, thinking timeline-wise, it's taken us a while to get there.
You were probably pretty short on money at that point,
Yeah.
so the fact and jobs have been a bit sort of lackluster at the moment. There's been the odd and sod job around, but not anything that pays you a lot. And this job promised a fair amount of money, plus maybe a commission, depending on what you were able to find and bring back. So possibly.
On the whole, did someone come and get us to tell us about the job, or do we have to keep coming up like every day and going, got any work for us?
Well, there's a job board in the town
Okay.
where you can pick up jobs from other people, other townspeople who have jobs that need doing, or Karina will mention them to you to go to talk to people before they get put on the job board. She's got a bit of a soft spot for you, for the pair of you, and there are other mercs who like to come through and will sometimes take your jobs off of the job board. Well, your jobs, I say, but, the job board is for everyone. And
we say our jobs.
yeah, but she favours you and she will keep some of them back and say, go speak to this person. I know they've got a job they want to put on the board. Go there.
Okay.
And every now and then you have to go check in with Sponder to see if he has anything and pay your taxes for being in the town, even though you don't have a house that you live in.
Technically,
You still have to pay to be in. You still have to pay to be within its borders.
For protection, sure. Yeah.
Bo will come and hit us with a big stick if we don't. That's
Yeah.
the threat. Okay, so yes, the question was, when did he find out? And it was
9 days ago.
days ago.
Did you hear of anyone else going there, or any word of troops coming to collect the dead?
I knew I knew that a treaty, strenuous treaty, had been arranged between the Spartans and the Athenians to go collect their dead. The Athenians were due to arrive. I'm just trying to work it out. They were due to arrive 4 days from now to collect their dead, and then the Spartans would arrive 4 days after to give enough grace period between the two, and so that they didn't start fighting again.
Long time to leave the dead on the beach.
It is a very long time, yes, but that's as quick as they could get here.
You might want to tell them. Well, the coins and the weapons were not the only thing we found. Sponder
Okay, what else?
watches him eat the grape, and her stomach just goes. So, also, Bangle.
Rubies.
Takes a goblet of wine and starts drinking it. Would you like some wine, by the way?
Would hate to impose on your generosity, but
Very kind. Not on empty stomach.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could have the cooks whip some food up if you'd like something.
Oh, well, that'll be.
I will, of course, take it out of your pay. But yes, I can do that for you if you'd like.
Oh,
it's also worth pointing out that in ancient Greek tradition, it is you would offer food. There's like Xenia or something, which is you offer food. He's being, hey audience, he's being incredibly rude and breaking one of the cardinal. He's doing a cardinal sin. So I think both of us being like, Well, I mean, some food would be appreciated. We did travel as fast as we could to return these fine weapons to you, sir.
Oh, yes, fine. And he claps his hands, and a woman comes out of the kitchen area. Could you please rustle up some food for my two compatriots here? She nods and heads back into the kitchen and begins sort of cooking some food up and everything. And then not much time passes, probably about 5 minutes. And then a gentleman comes out wearing similar clothing to what the woman was wearing and puts the food down. There's a big plate of meat that is given to Sponder, and you two are given two itty-bitty tiny plates.
What's on the plates? Because I think both of us are going to try and take some of that in our... Well, I mean, is there enough that we... is there fruit? Is there enough that we could take back?
There is... So you've got some, what looks to be like strips of bacon have been put on there, but not... it's been sort of cooked to a point where it's more crispy and hard when you pick it up and sort of crunchy when you bite into it. So it's
the good type of bacon.
The good type of bacon, yeah. It's easier to sort of manhandle with your hand sort of thing rather than floppy bacon. There is 2 eggs, and there is a small little branch of grapes there as well. Enough for one of you to eat each.
One grape each.
One grape each.
One grape.
It's one breakfast each, basically.
Okay.
Fry up and grapes.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't think that the fried food is going to last carrying it down, but I will try and... The grapes, I will, best as I can, wrap them in the cloth to take... It's something. It's...
No bread.
No bread, no. Not
In
he
the
hasn't
Mediterranean, Josh, there is no bread.
He's not giving you bread. He
wow.
has bread.
He is deeply insulting us.
Bread
This
is like the
yeah,
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not giving you any though.
Is he angry at us, or is he just kind of a sod?
You know that he does this all of the time. Sometimes you'll get bread, sometimes you get bacon, sometimes you get eggs, sometimes you get grapes. He's very sort of. He's a businessman first, leader of the town second. If he can save himself some money somewhere, he will.
And to that extent, does he monitor? Like, we can't talk to the servants and see if we can get more.
He hears. He hears everything. If you try saying, "Can we have some more?" He's like, no."
Okay, right.
He's an ass.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Got it.
Gears churning of like, we need to feed our boy.
Oh boy!
Our beautiful boy needs food. He's only 15 and he's growing. I'm like going, okay, we need to find another way of getting, depending on how much. Okay, do we have an estimation of how much we're going to get for this job?
So for the job itself, in total, you were offered 10 drachmi each for doing the job itself. Any additional weapons or an armor that you bought back would net you an additional 1 drachmi per item that you bought back.
Okay, so that's another like minimum of 8, and then depends on how many daggers we got. You threw one away.
I threw one away.
Yes, you got 7 daggers in total.
7 daggers. Okay, so that's 15 extra drachmi for all the weapons we brought.
Yeah.
And
then that doesn't include the Spartan sigil or the Griffin bangle. Mm-hmm. What they might be worth.
I would like to be clear that Fig has shown the bangle so that he sees the rubies glinting, but has not let him touch it.
Sort of salivate and gets a bit drooly at that because it looks expensive.
I'd like hazard pay.
Hazard pay? Well, what do you want hazard pay for? They were all dead bodies. Weren't any alive soldiers there, were there?
Not anymore, they're not.
Oh, you dealt with them? Why?
Yes.
No.
Why would
They
you?
were dead when we arrived. And then as we were finding the sigils, they stopped being dead.
I'm confused. I don't understand what you're saying.
It was a unholy sight, sir. The dead are unhappy. Hades has vomited them back up again.
No obols. No one to collect them.
Taking over 2 weeks to go collect the dead is unusual.
You're pulling my leg, right? It's not something you hear about in fairy tales. It's not
We did pull a leg at one point, yes, it was disgusting.
myths and legends and all of that stuff. It's not real, right?
As of 4 days ago, I would have said exactly the same thing.
Do you have any proof of this?
Neither of us got bit this time.
No, or scratched. I mean, and we washed the juices off, but again, that's not proof. There was the ichor of a grave. It's information, sir, that I'm sure a army would be very interested in. That there seems to be an opposing force.
If it's true, of course, I can't go on. I can't go on word that it's true without seeing some form of evidence to the contrary. Surely you can understand that. I'm not going to give you hazard pay for. I mean, neither of you look like you're taking any serious injuries or anything. So how
We've had
can
time to wash it off.
And you know how good we are, sir. We've never let you down to this point.
That is true, but
Also,
that's-
more pressingly, not just us, but this army, because it is literally, it's 2 armies worth of dead, is 3 days away. And if they were to come this way, that could be devastating for the town.
I'm sure if a large army, living or dead, was near the town, I would have heard of it by now.
Well, you heard about the army, the fight being there at the battlefield.
I heard about it,
Right.
yes, but I mean, it took you 3 days to get back here. Surely, if this army of the dead was around, I would have heard of it. That's a large number of people. If it's 2 armies, and
Well, we were the only ones coming into town from that direction. We are the scouts. We are the ones telling you it's there.
I will take it under consideration. Army of the Undead seems very far-fetched, if I'm going to be honest, as he takes 2 large chunks of bread with loads of meat in the middle and just takes a big greasy bite out of it.
Can I insight check just to make sure that he's genuine in his scoffing at us and he's not trying to cover up that he knew?
Yes, make me an insight check.
Retroactively, I think I gave you Bardic where we were
great.
waiting outside. So
So that's a 14,
Also,
19.
just heads up, we've got inspiration again
We've got
because we had a long
inspiration.
rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
19 total.
with a 19, he 100% does not believe you at all. This is a person who believes that sort of stuff exists in myths and is not something that is ever going to knock on his door, basically. It's going to be very hard to convince him otherwise.
Okay.
Especially if it involves him having to give you more drachmi.
Sure. Well, we've done our duty, sir. We collected your items, we brought you more, and we have given you the warning of what we've seen.
Remember that.
Yeah.
And I thank you for your service. Now, a discussion on payment, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we agreed on 10 drachmi and then a piece, and then a drachmi for every 2 items that you bought back, correct?
10 drachmi each.
10 drachmi each.
And a drachmi for each item, sir.
Make me persuasion checks, please.
16.
19.
There's a look of fuck on his face. I hope they'd sort of forgotten what the deal was.
I'm giving like a placid sort of look, but like the eyes are slightly hardening of being... Because again, as I said, we have done his jobs without question this far, and this is end of the rope stuff.
Yes. Okay, so how many items do we have here? 4 spears, 4 short swords, and 7 daggers. So that's an additional...
15. I'll do the
15.
maths for you.
Thank you very much. 15 drachmi. So that is 35 drachmi.
Plus, the Spartan sigil was extra.
Right.
And the bangle.
The
if
bangle
you-
does look pretty shiny. How long was it, did you say, that before the Athenian ships come in? I wonder if any of them fancy it.
I'm sure they would love such a beautiful item for their
Yeah.
loved ones.
Maybe we can have a chat with them.
Make me another persuasion check, both of you, with either make me another persuasion check with advantage, both of you, please.
Oh, we know how to get him.
It's only a 16 this time.
19.
Eee.
That's the exact same numbers that you rolled in the last persuasion check, but the other way around.
We are twinned.
What a
you know.
team.
Wow. I don't really... You both know that raiding a battlefield of the dead, scavenging from the battlefield of the dead, is very bad and the Athenians, you don't know how the Spartans feel about it, but the Athenians sort of look down on it, and you could get arrested for it. But the payout was too good for you to pass up. And Sponder knows this, and if you were to report that you had taken these things from a battlefield, you wouldn't be the ones that would get in trouble for it. He would be the one that would get in trouble for it because he sent you.
Oh, but also, he's bought all the Athenian side things from us. What I have here is a lovely Spartan bangle.
And I think I heard him saying that he had connections to the Spartans, was interested in possibly selling the weapons to them as well.
So
my stomach is rumbling quite a lot.
Yeah.
he sort of pushes the plate over the big plate of meat over a bit more. You can see he's got grease all down his toga at the minute, and he's holding the sort of meat sandwich in one hand as he rolls his eyes, has a very pissed off look on his face. I'll give you 5 drachmae each for both of them. Not a bit higher
45 drachmae.
in total.
And we get a plate of that to go. For our stable boy.
Fine.
Always a pleasure doing business with you, Mayor.
Yes.
Hands over the bangle.
This is rather nice. Yes. Looks at the sigil. Yes. Puts them down. Get out.
Thanks once again for being our best employer.
He just grunts as he sort of moves his large form off of the seat and begins making his way over to where there's a sort of an opening onto a balcony area that overlooks the sea. And he just leans on the side, and you can hear him grumbling to himself.
God bless you all for your hospitality. The servants, I think if they're still in the room, sort of give them like a polite... It's not their fault, sort of like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both the male and female chefs are both stood where the door is leading into the kitchen area, and they both just nod at you as you go to leave.
Oh.
Take care, Bo.
As you walk out the door, Bo goes, "Did it go okay?" At that point, you hear a loud smash come from inside and shouting. That didn't go okay.
No.
Right.
Apologies, Bo. We didn't mean to bring trouble on your head. But...
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll go see if I can calm him down. I might catch you both in the tavern later. And he walks inside and shuts the door.
Unfallen.
Unfallen. Right. Right.
Food for Theo.
Go, Theo. We might have shot ourselves in the foot with arrows there, but we got paid. 45 drachma.
We're his favourite mercs, so he knows that we do the job, right? And we told him the truth about, and he's going to discover anyway, surely.
What do you think we should do? I mean...
We should tell Karina. Karina will actually do something about it.
Karina can tell the townsfolk, can actually do some good.
Or she'll figure out a way to manipulate him into doing something useful about. I don't know if it's worth telling the townsfolk until we know.
No, exactly.
They stopped at the woods. Maybe they can't leave the beach, but I would like to know that they're there.
Maybe the woods are special as well. Maybe it's a dryad or something, or some other force. Maybe Artemis is protecting us. But
sometimes you say all the stuff about dryads as if they. But who am I to say? There's the undead arising, so...
Well, quite. Who quite knows what's out there, hey? Also, I think, Fig, we got to be cautious. I think we're carrying quite a bit of money around now, and who knows what people are going to...
It's fine, because no one will mess with Tisiphone the Unfallen.
Yes, but they might find it better to break the knees of Elpinor the Forgotten.
You are not forgotten. They can't break your knees if they forget that you exist. So by definition, you'll be Elpinor the Remembered and
the Hobbled.
the
Yeah.
Hobbled.
I mean, hey, honorifics are honorifics, you know. I suppose there is worse than the Forgotten Man. Yes, let's go get things sorted. Let's see if we can actually bath. We can finally have a bath.
That would be so nice. There's just like greasy chicken. We've got like a bag of chicken that we're just eating as we're walking.
We're just like, it's like ham hock kind of stuff, just like shreds of ham.
Making sure to leave plenty of it for Theo, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely sort of like, although I'm tempted to put the grapes in there as well. It's just like meat,
greasy grapes.
Greasy grapes, lovely.
Yeah. Again, no bread, just meat.
No bread. No bread.
No bread.
What is wrong with him?
I mean, the
What's
gods.
wrong with him?
The gods have struck men down for less. You know, it's the greatest insult not to honor a guest. You know, hey, that's. I pause. Last guest. That's good. I can work on that. Elpinor starts working on an insulting song about his boss, about how he has no honor. You know, but you said, yeah, no, all sorts of things. There's even ones where it was like it wasn't so much that the man was serving that his literal sons to the gods, but again, maybe he didn't offer them bread. I don't know. Who knows how?
Oh,
the
you're
gods
doing
work.
that thing again where you just.
Sort of look at you with my sort of like big brown eyes. Yeah, no, it's the muses, you know, when they come, they scatter my mind. Sorry.
Shoo.
Focus on real.
Shoo. Even me. Just kind of wafting around your head.
He laughs, but you know, it is like an honestly touched thing that you would do that from. Yeah, no, if you could keep them off my back, that would be great. But no, we focus on real things, real human things, baths. Food.
Baths.
Bread.
Food. Yes.
Bread. Theo.
Bread.
I think that's as we walk out the scene, we're like, bread!
You get this entire conversation was happening as you were descending the hill and back
we
into
keep
the
having
town.
to be like, we're travelling.
We're travelling,
I don't think we really ever stand around. We're active, yeah.
Yeah.
You get to Karina's general store and you can hear movement on the inside, and as you enter in, you can see that Theo is busy moving stock around on the shelves. He's got a big grin on his face as he's doing the work, and every now and then you watch as he's before he spots that you're there, he watches, he puts his hand in his pocket and he pulls out like a little nut and he pops it into his mouth and starts eating it, and then carries on doing some work. And you can see over where the sort of counter area is, there is a woman in her early 40s, a greying blonde hair that's tied up into a bun, piercing blue eyes. This is Karina, who is the owner of the general store. You can see that she's got a pedestal and mortar, and she's sort of mixing some herbs and things together as she's like making some pastes and stuff to like healing creams and all of that sort of stuff. And you can see that she's looking over some scrolls and things of probably inventory, and she's sort of doing 2 or 3 things at once at the minute. And as you both enter in, Theo goes, oh, you're both back. Oh, look what Karina gave me. He runs over to you and he pulls this pouch off of his little belt that he's got and opens it out, and you can see there's a small handful of nuts in there. Would you either of you
Holding
like
out
some?
on us, are you? Keeping it all to yourself?
I've only just been given them.
Oh, I'm afraid there's
Yeah.
Theo, there's a tax. There's a tax for hiding
Yeah.
delicious nuts. Yeah. Do we need to
Outrageous
crack?
behaviour.
Do we need to crack them, or are they already?
They're already cracked nuts, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So again, sort of like slip it into my cheek a bit. I slightly go. We managed to get some food this time.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I was gonna make some sort of retort about how you two have probably had a really plentiful meal up there, and I'm stuck down here eating nuts. But I
Just
guess
give
that
him
was
a
sarcasm.
Just give him a look. Yeah. We might have overstepped the mark a little bit this time. Not because of you, but he likes honor.
He's an arsehole, is what
He's a
Karina says.
malaka.
Malaka.
Perfect word for him.
So just sorry.
Sorry, Karina.
Sorry, Karina.
Now, when it comes to Sponder, if I will accept any words under the sun for him, how are you both doing?
Not we've been worse. The last little adventures of ours got a bit dangerous.
Did either of you get hurt? I can do some treatment for you.
No, well, I mean, the worst. I slightly one of the great heroes of this or any age managed to fall on me when we came off a cliff, but I carry the injury with the honour that it's deserved.
How dare you? I was not trying. You pulled me to protect me. I would have been fine.
You hear that, Krina? This great hero needs to be protected by a man such as myself.
I didn't ask you to protect me. I didn't ask you to throw yourself on the floor.
And yet, I felt the need, the pure divinity of this woman here causes me to put myself at suffering. But thank you, my dear healer. I am well, as is this goddess right here.
You just get like a spear pointed at you.
Oh, you would slaughter your own bard. Now that truly is a tale.
Yes.
I like to heal people in here, not watch them get butchered, if you please wouldn't mind.
On a more serious note,
Yes.
Karina, actually, is there anyone else in the general store?
Nope, just the four of you.
I was going to say Fig goes to lock the door. I don't know if that's a thing.
I'd say there's locks for the doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like a sophisticated lock mechanism, it's more like a hook and eye type thing.
Yeah, I think,
Sure, yeah.
that's... Yeah.
Just not for long, just to pick your brains for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Hades rejecting people? Warriors, fallen warriors, being dead and then not being dead.
I mean, not so much in... I've heard there's myths and legends of Hades kicking people out of the underworld before, but not...
What would they have to do to be kicked out?
something horrid, I would assume. Something horrid within the underworld, but...
Bit more than just not being collected and buried in time.
It's common knowledge that if you don't have the fare for Opal, then you don't get to cross into the underworld.
But that
That's
doesn't mean you
common.
come back, though.
You just
Oh,
stay
it takes
by
some sinister and dark magic in order to bring somebody back. Why? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't as simple a mission as we were hoping. That the battlefield, Spartans, Athenians, the bodies, it seems that man fell upon fellow man, and the dead rose. We saw it.
Oh,
They
Being
tried
full-
to attack us.
oh, that's not good.
No.
No.
By any chance, did you see anybody there? Somebody who might be causing it by chance?
I mean, far be it from me to judge strange women hanging out in woods, but there was someone, pale as bone, white hair, gestured to my own sort of arms, sort of blood painted, possibly, I mean, a back eye, or, but more than that, someone...
Karina gets a very sort of frightened look on her face, and the colouring in her face begins to disappear, and she goes almost deathly white and being sweating at the mention of this. Oh no, that's not good. Not good at all. And you said that the undead were rising?
Yes.
Literally. On the floor, lying down, then rose.
Even a wound wouldn't take them down, it seems.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, and this is the battlefield that's from the recent battle between the Spartans and the Athenians.
3 days south.
It was clear that some of them had clearly died in the original battle and had come back, and some had died since.
Right, okay. That's really worrying. Okay. Keep the door locked for the moment. Both of you come with me. Theo, continue stacking shelves, please. And but I wanted to come as well. No,
Theo,
no.
stack shelves.
Theo,
Fine.
sorry,
Takes a nut out and eats it.
we'll tell you later. Okay, just
Okay. And he...
Have you meat?
have a bag of soggy meat.
No bread or anything,
Yeah.
just
No,
all the meat.
I was about to say no bread. No, he doesn't. He
Oh,
doesn't.
no.
Does Corinna
Juice.
have bread?
Do you ask?
Well, surely we'd know
Yeah.
if she had some on the shelves.
Oh, she does have some on the shelves, yeah. No, don't touch that. Come here. She goes to... Before she takes you out into the back area, she goes into a preparation area that's part of the shop, but is also behind the counter. And you watch as she pulls out of a sort of stone oven. She pulls out a very fresh loaf of bread. And she sort of touches it. Oh, that's a bit hot. Oh, that's a bit hot. Flicks her hands and then places it on there. And you watch as a little bit of steam comes off. And then she brings that over. Take some of this, and she cuts some bread up. Please, have some bread.
Best thing I've smelled in over a week.
Thank you. I do take pride in my baking skills. I'm also a baker.
No.
Theo just grabs two big chunks and just slabs the meat in. He's got this massive, like his hands can just about grip around it. The bits of bread are so thick, and he just. This is going to take me a little while.
Oh yeah. And then show. Thank the good lady, Theo.
Thank you, Miss Karina. You're okay, Theo. Just carry on. No,
There you go.
no cost for it. Please, you two need to come with me.
Yeah. See, Xenia. Good. Right. Yes. No.
She takes you out back into what would be her living area. The general store and her home are a single level. She takes you out and you can see her very sort of homely living quarters, and she takes you into the garden area. The garden area there's lots of flowers and herbs and plants. She's got her own little herb garden growing. When she sent you out for herbs before, it's for things that she can't grow in her garden, whether that be because they're incredibly rare or those particular things are known to eat other plants that they're in close proximity with. This part of the garden has a canopy over the top of it, a wooden canopy that extends down into the ground. And over in one of the corners under that canopy, you can see a wooden cage with a hawk inside. And she walks over to it, and she gets like a little scroll of parchment, and she begins writing on it. Now, tell me exactly what it is you saw and who you saw. And you say that just so we don't have to go over it again. She writes all of that down, wraps it up, and opens the cage and puts it onto the hawk's leg, attaches it to the hawk's leg. The hawk jumps out onto her arm, no protection or anything, and you listen as she says something to the hawk in a language that neither of you understand. And then she just does that, and the hawk flies off and disappears into the distance. Right. I've sent
Who are we telling?
some contacts I have that live in the forest. I need to make sure that they're safe, and I need to tell them to come here so that we can protect the town. It's going to be very difficult. It would be very difficult to get the townspeople to leave here.
Right.
If
They're not dryads by any chance, are they?
she just goes silent.
Oh.
No. Just a little bit like. We had noted that the woods seemed to be driving these creatures away. I thought there might be someone protecting it, so that's.
There's a number of different factors, and until we know more information, we can't be certain. You haven't. Who have you told about? Have you told anybody about this other than me?
We told Sponder
Sponder.
because it's
He didn't.
He's the mayor. He's supposed to protect the town.
He
He
didn't.
is supposed to protect the town, yes, but you could have said an army.
He didn't believe us. He thinks it's a
Probably
legend.
because you said army of the. Did you say army of the dead? Did you say the dead rose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's what-
he's like so narrow-minded. He's not going to believe anything that he can't put in front of him. From now on, if anybody else asks or says anything, either don't say anything or say that an army is marching. Don't
Okay.
hint that it's undead, because you'll just get laughed out of the town.
Okay.
An army is still a threat, whether it's alive or dead.
That doesn't make sense.
Say it's bandits.
Bandits, yeah.
Bandits would
Bandits
like-
who have stolen armor.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
now marching along as.
Yes, that sounds like a perfect thing to say. Just
But Karina, you look as if you know what this might be.
I have an idea of what it might be. I can't be 100% certain until my hawk comes back. When that comes back, then I will have confirmation from my contacts, and then
The Dryads.
the Dryads, and then I will let you know straight away. Okay. But if I tell you what I do know, there is legend of a group of wild mages, or witch of the wilds, or however you want to phrase that, that worship a goddess or god that is not an Olympian, from what I've heard.
And not our lady points down, or the Lord.
Can't be certain. Possibly. I know there are cults and worshippers out there to them, but I can't be 100%. I'm not 100% certain.
Right.
It's just something to be wary of. But if there is a magic user out there who is raising an army of the dead, it's not going to be for a good reason.
You said that some people call them witches. Do you think it's Hecate?
It could be. I honestly do not know.
I don't think she usually deals with the undead, though, right?
I mean, these are strange times. And who knows who might be doing things in the name of their deity. And I said it was an unholy sight.
War brings out the worst in people.
And it might not even be... We know there are other lands out there. Maybe it's one of their divine. Bad news. Sort of like does the evil eye thing, to ward off evil, so like. But thank you. I mean, I don't think I just want to impose on you, but do you know what we should do? We haven't been able to take these things. I mean, we shouted at them and we.
I mean, get out of
stabbed them.
town, surely.
Yeah.
Right? Get everyone out. Leave. Go somewhere where there's not undead. We
Even
can't stop an
Athens.
army. Don't be ridiculous.
I don't think, as I said, I don't think the people of the town are going to leave.
But you will, right?
I'm not going to leave the people, but let my contacts get back to me first. Should take a day.
Right. A day.
Have some rest. Spend your drachmae wisely, just in case you need it for a potential leaving. And come back and see me tomorrow evening. I should have had word back by then.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening.
And hopefully they've not broken free of their foresty prison and shambled all the way here in that time.
I mean, it took 3 days for you to travel up here, so I'm
By horse and cart, so a little bit faster.
And needing
Yeah.
to sleep as well. These things are,
Yes.
they are.
on,
That's
they'll be a
true.
lot slower on foot, so it'll take them more time. So
That's a good point. We did stop to sleep. Why did we do that?
We didn't know that.
because you need to sleep.
You don't want to lose Calliope. She's a good horse.
That's true. That's true.
I just love that neither of us are like, what about if we got tired? We're like, no, the horse.
The horse.
The
horse, of course. The horse, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, again, we don't like to have brought such terrible news to your door, but we're glad that there's somebody in this place that might be able to do something about it.
And thanks for looking after Theo.
Yeah, no,
He's a sweet boy. He does plenty of jobs around here. He even helps out with the stables when I can't get out there to clear him. So I always try to slip him either some drachma or a little bit of food here and there. So I mean, if I could put you all up here and sleep inside, sleep in my house, I would let you. But
Hey, the stables is warmer and comfier and drier than where we were sleeping before.
Also, slightly connected. When we were talking to Sponder, we kind of upset him by actually asking for what we're worth. So just
how did that go?
He did it.
He did it, but he's not happy. So it's worth noting that he's not in a good mood, and he might decide to start kicking out and throwing his weight around a bit. So
Okay. She walks into the house, and you watch as she moves over to a set of chairs, and she moves them out of the way, and there's a sort of stone box. She opens the box, and you can see there's a pouch inside, and she pulls that out, and she opens it up, and you can see it's almost overflowing with drachma. Okay, so I will... Right, okay. It's fine. I will... Any shortages that the townspeople get from the next supply drop, I'll pay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You both deserve to be paid what you're worth. So it's just unfortunate that this is not a burden for you to have to worry about, but unfortunately the town will likely pay for it. But I have this saved up, so
what a mess.
don't worry about it. Okay?
Thank you.
It's fine. You both need to get paid what you're worth, and you both need to survive. So you did the right thing. It's just he's not a nice person. If we could get rid of him, I would be glad to get rid of him. But
as we both look at each other,
but there's no way to do it that doesn't cause serious issues. So. And I'm not that way inclined, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
We get like an animated thing come out of my head of him like on the balcony, like Hitman, just pulling him off, and then cut back and that's we work with the tools we have, right?
Yes, there are some advantages to him being in charge as well. So they may seem few and far between, but they are there. So.
I mean, he did seem very scared. I mean, you said that he was cross, Ellie, but also he did seem scared that we might actually tell on him. So in a way, we do have the upper hand. And as long as we continue to use that...
I'm just worried that we're gonna wake up and Bo's gonna be standing over us with like a knife. You know,
Bo's a cuddly bear. Bo wouldn't hurt either of you. He likes you both too much. Even if Sponder ordered him to do it, he wouldn't do it.
We hope so, but maybe it won't be Bo. Maybe it'll be... Hey, it's just worth watching our backs. And again, yours, you know.
I'm fine. He wouldn't dare do anything to me. He knows that if he did anything to me, the town would not be best pleased about it. Let's put it that way. But... You know, yes, I do believe that you are correct in your assumption that you need to look out for yourselves. You never know when a group of mercenaries might come through and he might hire them to do something. So I wouldn't put it past him. other people have gone missing in the past from interactions with him. So
Well, we'll just have to be the best mercs in the town for everyone else, and then everyone will be too outraged and upset
yes,
if we were to suddenly disappear.
exactly. Go take some time for yourselves. Go get your gear fixed up. Go have something to eat and a bath. You do stink a little bit.
Rude. We bathed in the river like 3 days ago.
Yeah, and wouldn't you prefer to bathe in something a bit hotter and a bit nicer?
Has been a while.
And get yourself something decent to eat from the tavern as well. Take Theo with you. Poor boy can't survive on nuts all the time. Although that meat looked pretty tasty. I'm guessing that came from sponsors as well.
Yeah, that was part of the. Actually, that was the main agreement that we got food for Theo. But yes, no. Once again, thank you for your hospitality. Let us know if there's anything. We'll come back to see you tomorrow.
Yes, come back tomorrow evening. Yes, I'll have word of what is going on. Hopefully.
As we leave the shop, we'll sort of be quite loud about, oh, wow, what wonderful bread that Karina has just baked, freshly baked bread, so delicious.
Wonderful bread. What a delicious treat. What a marvellous baker.
Oh, Karina's made her bread. Oh, yeah, let's go get some. And you watch as a couple of woodcutters and fishermen come in and, hello, bread. Yes, I have some bread here. And she begins making sales and things. And she sort of nods and gives you both a smile. And with that, you will both make your way with Theo to the tavern, and that's where we're going to end.
Will we go to the tavern?
Is that where we're going now?
That is where you're going, because we're going to end the session right there.
We're on the roof. We've got
You're sneaking around. You're going to go take over sponsors right now.
Oh,
Another 2 hours of playing.
Again, we've got a broken bit of a spear. We can just...
Fine.
It's fine.
That's
Just
very
a little
Assassin's
bit.
Creed. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We have been Roll Together RPG. Join us in 2 weeks' time for another episode of this, or you can join us next week, where we will be doing, if you're part of the Dice Head tier, where we will be doing a talk together about these 2 episodes. So join us for that. Massive thank you to the D20 Club and the Dice Heads on Patreon. They are fantastic and they are the best. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we have done. So please do consider joining them by following the link in the description below. And with all of that said and done, we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.